So now that we understand everything within the actual TradingView platform, let's actually get into the charts, right? These boxes that are going up and down, because I want you guys to understand everything that this platform shows you, so then we can move on to the next platform that you should be using and what platform you should be avoiding. So let's actually get into the charts. So as you guys can see over here, kind of in the middle of the top section, you can see how we have already favorited the candlesticks and we have favorited the line chart. So right here, this is going to be called the candlestick charts. So every single one of these boxes right here is considered a candlestick. This is a candlestick going up. This is a candlestick going down, another candlestick going down, candlesticks going up. This is basically the candlesticks representing price going up or price going down. Now, every single one of these boxes, they currently have a time frame. And this is right now the daily time frame. As you can see, the daily is highlighted in blue. So this is indicating to us that every single one of these boxes is a day. It's 24 hours in order to create each and every single one of these boxes, or also known as candlesticks. So if we were to simply flick down to the 4 hour, so we click this button right here and then it takes us to the 4 hour. You can see it right here as well. Each and every single one of these boxes is now 4 hours, meaning it takes 4 hours for this candlestick to close. And then if I go down to the 2 hour, it's literally the same thing. Every single one of these boxes is a 2 hour candlestick, meaning that it takes 2 hours from the moment this candlestick opens for that to then close. As of right now, you can't see the time over here to the right hand side corner because the market is closed right now. It literally just closed. You guys can see it down here that the market is closed. But if you were to see a little bit, like 5 minutes back before, you can see how when we're flickering through the time frames that you can see how much time is left in order for the candlestick to close, because this platform will tell you how much time is left. And then if we go to the W, it's going to be the 1 week. So as you guys can see, if we hover over it, it is a 1 week candlestick. So every single one of these candlesticks is a weekly candlestick. Very self-explanatory, very simple, very straight to the point, just basically explaining that every single box is going to be the time frame that you have been selected, right? So now we have this line chart. So we come here and we click this line. It's literally the same representation in price, but now you're looking at it as a form of a line. You're not looking at boxes, you're not looking at candlesticks, you're not looking at anything other than lines going up and lines going down. It is the same exact price, but it's just showing it to you in a very different way. For example, let's say you were to look at a human body with your vision. That can be the candlesticks, because you can see more details. You can see more into the specifics of the hairs, the features of a person. And if you want to see a different version of the human body, let's say you were to look through a thermal vision. So you're still looking at the same human body, but now you're only looking at the heated parts of the body that the thermal vision binoculars represent. Compared to if you were to be looking at with your regular vision, you can see everything other than the heated vision. So you're looking at the same human in just two completely different ways. Now, this is the same exact market. You're just looking at it two completely different ways. You're looking at it one with more details, which would be the candlestick market. And then if you want to look at it with less details and you just want to look at one specific thing, you would look at the line chart, which in the vision example, it would be the thermal vision. But we are going to be 99.99% of the time looking at the candlesticks or the market in this candlestick market. Same way how you look at humans, you pretty much look at humans 99.9% of the time with your regular vision. You don't really ever use the heated thermal vision. So now continuing into a little bit more detail, you guys can see all of these different colored numbers that you guys see here to the right hand side corner. This is pretty much how the platform differentiates things that I have selected in the chart. So for example, this blue line right here, it's pretty much indicating to you the live price of where this price is. This red box, it's just indicating to you that it's at that point. This black line is at this point. This blue box is at that point. It's simply just the representing of whatever you put on the chart. It just shows it here in a numerical version. For example, if I were to go to GBP CAD, which is the same exact currency pair that we're currently on, but let's say on FXCM, if you notice right here, I don't have anything on my chart. So we can go to the daily time frame and I have absolutely nothing. So let's say if I were to get this box and I were to simply just grab it and drag it like that, you would see how it would pop up over here in blue. Or if I were to come and I would put a horizontal line, you see how it would pop up here in black. If I were to add a risk to reward tool, wherever this is placed, you see how it will move there. If I drag it down, you see how it will pretty much chase wherever price is going to be, depending on where that line is. It's just a different way. Instead of you seeing it visually, you can see it with the numbers. Those numbers are going to be very useful for when you're going to be entering a trade, but we still have a long way to go before you actually enter the trade. I have to teach you how to actually read the market so you can make money with it, and then actually how you can apply your entry to the trade. So this will become very useful later down the road, but I'm just explaining to you what it's for right now. So this is just a different way of looking at the objects that you place on the trading view, but in a numerical version. And then this section up here, I literally have no idea what any of these things are up here. This just simply moves every single time I move the mouse. I guess it's a different way of measuring where the mouse is in a numerical version. For whatever reason, I guess this is used for algos and stuff. I have no idea. I've never used it in my life. I don't like it. It's kind of annoying. It's always moving. And then obviously this over here is just explaining the server you're on, the time frame, and then the currency pair. And this is pretty much the seller price and then the buyer price that this market is offering. And then here, if you were to have an EMA. So right now, if you have been copying absolutely everything that I've been explaining to you, you do not have the EMA set on correctly just yet. And I'm going to be doing that later down this video, so you can have the same exact EMA that I do, which is an indicator that I use that gives me advantage and an edge over the market. So make sure you stick around so you can get the exact EMA that I use and you can make money with it every single week how I do. So with this right here, we'll explain later down to the video. There's just a little promotions tab of what TradingView is. And that's pretty much it. Everything on this platform right here. Obviously how you read this market and how you read these candlesticks and how you read this line chart, we're gonna get into a lot more detail. This right here is me just explaining to you what the platform is, what it consists of, how it works. Now, after this, I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can learn and make money with these stuff. But before that, I have several other platforms that I have to show you for you to use so you can take it to your advantage and you don't have to get lost in other platforms and waste time learning things that you simply don't have to learn.